Here, this perp back with another video, and there's been some huge news that pertains to the Power Universe. We got a lot of things coming out of the Power Universe. A lot of good news, a lot of bad news for a lot of fans, but it's all good news for me. You know what I'm saying? One thing I'm kind of iffy about, but we'll talk about that as well. I'm just gonna give you my thoughts on this whole situation. Is this the end of the Power Universe, or are they just kind of reshaping things? Because we know there was an article that came out about the CEO of Starz saying, like, once a show gets to their third or fourth season, things get more expensive. So I'm gonna definitely give you my thoughts on that as well in this video. So if this is your first time finding me, I'll put a playlist in the description below with all of my Power content. I'll explain also in this video why I stopped covering Power in general. People that know me or follow my social medias and stuff like that, I express my disdain for the direction that Power has gone. I feel like I was the only person that ever covered Power that really critiqued that show and expressed my issues and things that they needed to kind of fix. And you'll find all that in the playlist. But if you're also new, consider subscribing and also hit that like button. I would much appreciate it. So with that being said and out the way, let's talk about some of the things that were dropped. First, let's talk about Power Book 2 being canceled, but now this final season being split into two parts. You can see the dates right there. And this was the greatest news that I've ever heard, because people that know me or have listened to any of my videos or me talk about Power Book 2, it was just always trash to me. The writing was always terrible. You know, a lot of forced storylines, and this Power is one of the main reasons why I started my channel, just because what happened in the original Power of season 4, you know, really pissed me off. I just didn't like the direction it was going. And to hear that this is finally getting canceled, you know what I'm saying? I feel relieved, right? You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are heartbroken. I was just like, no, this is good. Power Book 2 is not a good show. You know what I'm saying? So for this to be the final season and Starz to, you know, say, yo, we gotta shift into different directions. Here we got Power Origins. This is the series that people have wanted. You know, people wanted this young Tommy and Ghost storyline to play out in Raising Kanan, but people don't remember that Kanan is way older than Tommy and Ghost, so they wouldn't pop up in the series until much, much later, unless they did like a time skip. So it really wouldn't have worked to introduce them in Raising Kanan. But I can see a scenario where the way that this Power stuff is going, I was thinking that maybe they would end Raising Kanan at about season 5, and then that would shift right into Power Origins. But now I'm thinking, like, now that Power Book 2, their most successful spinoff, is being canceled, I think Raising Kanan's the next one on the chopping block. And then also Power Book Force. Yeah, this definitely needs to go. Like, Force is definitely the next thing that needs to completely end. This is the worst spinoff. You know what I'm saying? It's tied with me with Book 2. But this just is just a silly show. Didn't really need to be made. I was excited for it, but then when I actually started to watch it, I was like, oh, okay, so this is more of a comedy, because the shit that happens in Power Book 4 Force is just completely ridiculous. I can't believe some of the stuff that was written on paper ended up making it on screen. I'm just so baffled on the quality of these shows is so low, and how far they were able to take these shows, you know, off of some bullshit. Now, Raising Kanan is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, the best spinoff out of the Power universe. Even though it has its issues, it's still a much tighter story. Things make more sense, and certain storylines are way more cohesive than these other two spin-offs. Now, going back to what Starz was saying, that they want to start shortening up their seasons and whatnot, so that makes me think that maybe Power Origins will be that final spin-off, and they'll probably just make that 3 to 4 seasons max, and hopefully they'll get some writers that are actually good and actually care about the Power lore and just the story that people fell in love with in the very beginning in the OG series, because that's what Power is missing. They focus too much on putting stars and stuff like that, big huge names in their series, than actually creating great television or just creating a good story. Which is why I stopped covering this show. I still watch it because I want to give my own take on it. And I don't like to be one of those people that just hates on something without watching it. I would rather just watch it and tell you why I don't like it, or these are my issues. They need to tighten up on this. They need to fix that. Nobody else really does that within, like, I don't see nobody that ever covers Power really critique the show like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame. And it's just like, I just felt like I was wasting my time, you know? And the show was a waste of time to cover, just because it's like I'm sitting here trying to just break down what they could fix. And I even made a video you could check out in the playlist on how they could fix the whole issues with Power Book 2, but they already kind of made their bed with that. So overall, I don't know what this is going to mean for the future of the Power universe. Maybe this is just how it's going to play out. They're going to finish up Raising Kanan with one more season, finish up Force with one more season, then introduce Origins. That will be their final spinoff, or they'll probably go in a completely different direction, because I feel like Starz still wants to do business with 50 Cent, but 50 Cent doesn't want to do business with Starz. So if that is the case, where 50 is able to take all his Power content off of Starz and put it somewhere else, maybe we'll see some more longevity with the Power universe. But my overall issue is, if they're going to continue with this series and these spinoffs, just get better writing. You know, that's all I ask for. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know your thoughts of it in the comments below. I would be curious to hear your thoughts about this and just the direction that the Power universe could go in the near future, or are they going to wrap everything up with these last few seasons and with Power Origins? Let me know. Till next time, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.